going on, man? It's your boy Jalen New Rain Perkins, and I'm here again with another episode of Words Can Heal TV. In today's episode, I wanted to give us 3 ways that we could become better fathers. 3 ways that you could become a better father. And so we all know the negative effects of not having men in the home, right? We've heard it time and time again. I'm not even gonna go over that. What's some ways we can become better men? What's some ways we can become better sons, better husbands, better fathers? Number 1, love their mother. Now look, before you even go there, I already hear you now. Bro, me and Shorty, we not even seeing eye to eye like that. She toxic. I get it. That's why I'm not talking about love in the way that we normally think about it here in America or in society in general. I'm not talking about having an emotional connection with this woman. I'm not talking about being in a relationship with her at all. Matter of fact, when I speak of love, I'm speaking of the biblical definition of love, and Jesus shows this in the Good Samaritan story. And I'm not going to go over it, but all love is biblically is when I am committed to your well-being, no matter what. That's it. That's me being committed to you thriving. And can we think of any good reason why I'm telling you to make sure and devote yourself to being, devote yourself to your children's mother's well-being, despite if she deserve it or not? Man, that's your kid's mother, bro. Like, if she's in a good place mentally, psychologically, physically, yeah, breaking bread, right? Physically, your children who are connected to her will benefit from her being okay. And I'm a married man, right? So I don't know what it is to be away from the mother and having to deal with that. That's why, because as a married man, obviously I'm laying down my life every single day to make sure this woman is okay. I didn't put 3 kids in her. She goes through things. I need to devote myself to her well-being. But let's say you're not with a mother. You still need to devote yourself to her well-being for your children's sake. And I believe when our children see us loving the heck out of their mothers, it does something in their minds. It does something in their spirits. And they understand, man, my father really loves my mom. And for us who has sons, that's amazing. For your son to see you loving his mother like that, he's going to grow up and he's going to be a better man because of it. So number 1, love their mother. No matter what y'all's dynamic is, you must be devoted to her well-being for your kids' sake. Simple. Number 2, compliment more than you criticize. Wow. I had to learn this one, just living and making mistakes, because my son, I'll use my son, Elijah, my second born for an example. And so in kindergarten last year, he's a first grader now. The little man had a tough year in kindergarten, just acclimating to a teacher, trying to contain all of his energy, having him sit down, having him close his mouth. It was just a transition period. And so, he was doing all type of stuff. And daddy had to spank his butt. Had to discipline him to let him know, hey, you can't do that. And I criticized him and gave him, constructive criticism as a father. But guess what? This year, his teacher is beginning to see an amazing amount of progress. His teacher came up to my car and I was ready to spank my son. I ain't gonna lie, because I'm like, oh snap, the teacher coming over here, it gotta be something crazy. But guess what? The teacher came all the way to my car, when I was picking up my son from school, and she said, look, I just want to let you know, Elijah is improved so much. First of all, no behavior problems. Second of all, his reading level is just skyrocketing. He's doing so well in class. And she gave him a lot of compliments. And I'm just like, wow. And Elijah get to my car and we just head home. The Lord spoke to me like, yo, you're not gonna reward him. You're not gonna reward him because you whooped him. You criticized him for bad behavior. What happens for good behavior? And I'm not saying go out and buy stuff every time your son does what he's supposed to do in class or your daughter does what they're supposed to do. But I am saying we should compliment as much as we criticize. We should say, son, I'm proud of you, as much as we say, son, I'm disappointed in you, right? let's focus on compliments. Let's focus on encouraging, right? Because when we criticize, when we use physical means to discipline, that can discourage. That can send the message of I'm disappointed, I'm disappointed, I'm disappointed. Let our children know I'm very pleased with what you're doing right now. And when we just, it could be something small, just, son, I'm proud of you. Have a good day. Before they get out and go to school, it'll do wonders. And so compliment more than criticize. That's number 2. Number 3, and the last one, is to intentionally listen. Intentionally listen. We have to be good listeners. And I don't know about you. I got 3 children, right? I didn't work the long day at work. I'm tired. You know what I'm saying? I just want to climb up in my bed and just relax for 4 minutes before I hear anything. You know what I'm saying? We can't be like that, though. Our children had, they just been away from us for 8 hours, right? If you got grade school kids, they just been away from you for 8 hours. They didn't went through things. They didn't experience different things during their day. And the first thing they want to do is tell you all about it. How many times have we made our kids feel like, oh, okay, just go, be quiet. Give me a second, right? Go in there, be quiet. Go. You just throw something on the TV for them. I'm telling y'all, I've been there because, I'm saying I got three. I know how it is. We have to intentionally listen. And when I say intentionally, how about you ask them about their day before they even tell you what happened? Hey, son, anything cool happened at school today? And listen to them. Did you have any problems at school today? Did anybody make you mad today? What we do by intentionally listening to our kids is we let them know that they're seen and we let them know that they're heard, right? That'll do wonders as they begin to grow older. Why? Because they're going to continue to go through things and they're going to start going through some serious things. And if they don't think you're a good listener, if they don't think that you care to listen, that if they don't know in their hearts that my dad cares about what happened in my life, guess what? When things go on in their life, they're not going to be comfortable telling you. But on the other hand, if they know my dad, I can go to him about anything and he's actually invested. They can tell you're not just sitting and, yeah, really? But you're invested and you're intentional. You're asking questions. They know you're a good listener. They know that they're seen. They know that they're heard. Watch this. They know that they matter. And when they know that they matter, it's a wrap. They're going to understand, man, my dad, I can go to him about anything. And so these 3 things, y'all, I wanted to talk about today. And I hope, we are growing in our fatherhood. We're growing as men. We're growing as fathers. So just to recap, number 1, love their mother. Number 2, compliment more than you criticize. And number 3, begin intentionally listening, being a good listener, and making our children understand that they're seen and they're heard. It's your boy New Rain. If you like what you heard, subscribe. These are 3 ways to be a better father. I'm gone.